Hello, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to another episode of Case Brief, brought to you by the Missouri Sheriff's Association. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone that this information is for training purposes only and in no way is to be considered legal advice. Today, we focus on an Eighth Circuit court case about towing and inventorying vehicles pursuant to traffic stops. Our goal is to provide a clear understanding of how such cases unfold. Remember, this content is educational and not legal advice. So, let's dive into the details. Facts of the case. Potter was apprehended after an investigation at a motel in Lee's Summit, Missouri. Police officers were conducting surveillance due to reports of drug activity and stolen vehicles. Potter's vehicle was located in the parking lot. When police ran a computer check on the license plate of Potter's vehicle, they discovered that there was an outstanding warrant for Potter's arrest. Police then observed Potter leave the motel with Daniel Dryden and place 2 bags in the back seat of the car. After a few minutes, police observed Dryden drive out of the parking lot with Potter in the passenger seat. The officers conducted a traffic stop and arrested Potter based on the warrant. Officers discovered that Dryden's license was suspended, so they advised the 2 men that they would need to find someone else to take the car. Potter gave the name of an acquaintance who could retrieve the car, but the person did not answer 3 telephone calls from the officers. Dryden told the officers he would walk 5 minutes back to the hotel to ask an acquaintance to take the car. Dryden had not returned nearly 30 minutes later. Officers drove to the hotel but could not find Dryden. Officers then ordered a tow of Potter's car and conducted an inventory search of the vehicle. While making the inventory, the officers seized methamphetamine from the car. A grand jury charged Potter and Dryden with 2 drug trafficking offenses. Potter moved to suppress evidence that police seized from his vehicle. The district court denied the motion, and a jury found Potter guilty on both counts. Potter appealed, arguing that the evidence seized from his car should have been suppressed because the search and seizure violated his rights under the Fourth Amendment. Although there was undisputedly probable cause to stop the car based on the outstanding arrest warrant, Potter argued that the timing of the traffic stop made the seizure unconstitutional. He also argued that the inventory search of the car was unreasonable. The Eighth Circuit Court held the search was reasonable, and that the district court properly denied the motion to suppress. The court reasoned that an inventory search conducted according to standardized police procedures is reasonable. Where an inventory policy does not address a particular scenario, a search may still be reasonable as long as the inventory process is not pretextual or used as a ruse for a general rummaging to discover incriminating evidence. In this case, the officer's decision to tow and inventory Potter's car was a valid exercise of their community caretaking function. Potter's vehicle was stopped on a public roadway, and no licensed driver was reasonably available to remove it. The police department's policy authorized officers to tow a vehicle on public property when the vehicle's operator was taken into custody, and neither the operator nor passenger was able to arrange for the vehicle's timely removal. The policy did not address this precise scenario where the passenger was taken into custody, but the driver was operating without a license and could not continue driving the vehicle. But the impoundment and inventory were consistent with a legitimate purpose of the standard policy to remove seized vehicles from a public roadway and to inventory the contents for safekeeping and to avoid disputes over lost or stolen property. The officers allowed Potter and Dryden a reasonable opportunity to identify an alternative driver, and there is no showing that the impoundment and inventory were a pretext or ruse to further a criminal investigation. Therefore, the search was reasonable, and the district court properly denied the motion to suppress. Thank you for joining us in this episode of Case Brief. We hope this analysis provided valuable insights into towing and inventorying vehicles. Stay tuned for more episodes brought to you by the Missouri Sheriff's Association. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. We look forward to bringing you more informative episodes in the future.